All right, yo, got the keys. Let's get back into this.
I used to drag here back in high school. That railroad crossing up there is exactly a quarter-mile away from here. On green, I'm going for it.
All right, YouTube, we back at it. As you can tell from the thumbnail, what we're gonna be doing today is an exterior wash. And as bad as the interior of the car looked like last time, I mean the outside is what everybody sees, right? So I'm gonna show y'all how I clean up the exterior of the car. But right now, I'm having to drive over to get the bag of my detailing products out of my wife's car, because I forgot to get them out last night. Let's see. Yeah, talking about a little bit of what we're gonna do about the exterior wash. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the products I use and the way I go about things on cleaning my car. I know a lot of people do it different ways, and not to say I'm a professional by any means, but just things I like to do to keep my car looking its best on a daily maintenance wash. Some people wash their cars one time a week, 2 times a week. You know, I just kind of judge by how bad it is, and if any of y'all are from North Alabama, you know how bad this pollen is. It's ridiculous. Turn around, get a little stretch, be able to hear this little exhaust clip. Another thing I hate about the 6-piston Brembo brakes, well, I mean the only thing pretty much, is the pads they come with. They do a lot of squeaking, man. It's they're not nowhere near close being on the back end. Probably halfway. I say they're about halfway, 50% right now. But yeah, under light braking, loud squeals, and screeching noise. It kind of just, you know, a little distasteful whenever you're parking somewhere and when somebody sees a nice car, they definitely don't want to hear loud screeching brakes. And there it goes. There it goes again. All right, I'm gonna start out by telling you what we're gonna do here and the kind of products that I use doing my car wash. And I always found that using the most expensive products usually does not yield the best results. A lot of the time, it's a lot of gems on the lower shelf that you can use that work even better. But in doing this, I sometimes use the water hose, but this time I'll be using my Greenworks electric pressure washer. I got it for Lowe's. It was like 90 bucks on sale. And I usually start my car wash out by doing the wheels first, because the wheels is usually what's going to really take the most time. And in here you'll see I have couple wheel brushes, and there's a tire brush in there, and the wheel cleaner I normally use. I don't always use a wheel cleaner, but whenever I do, this one is pretty tough on brake dust, which gets a lot on these cars. And I usually dilute a little bit of Griot's Garage car wash in there to add a little more lubricity whenever, to prevent some scratching. You know, there's always going to be some mild scratches. That's why it's good to polish your car at least once a year. You know, some people don't even do that, but I mean, it really keeps the finish really good. There's still gloss in here. I have LED lights in the top of my carport that really helps a lot with the reflection to, you know, see where I have missing spots or whatnot. It's great to wash your car in the shade, not in direct sunlight, because sunlight, you know, we don't really have good water here, so you have hard water. Whenever the sunlight dries it up, it leaves a lot of water spots on your windows and stuff. It'll dry up a lot of stuff. So I have some drying aids that I use to help out with that and the whole drying process after washing the car. So I'll show y'all a little bit of that. But anyways, we're gonna get into the wheels right here. So yeah, usually getting into the wheels, I usually give them a pressure washer, and I usually rinse them down real good, knock off a lot of loose dirt and brake dust. You can probably kind of see from the last time I applied some wax, which seems to be holding up pretty good. I'm really happy to see that. It's my first time trying turtle wax ceramic spray wet wax and that stuff. It's I use that as a drying aid, and it's holding up really good. That's a lot of water beating. While the wheel is wet, this is a non-acid wheel cleaner. Like I said, you don't want to use this stuff too much because it is chemicals either way. It smells really, really strong. But usually I start at the top, because you spray at the top, it'll eventually make its way and run down on its own, and it'll cover the rest of the wheel barrel. So we're just gonna. What I love about this stuff is it foams a lot. And when you're talking about car products, you're talking about something that costs like roughly $5 at AutoZone. So you know, wow, these chemicals are really strong. It's actually choking me up a little bit. I'm gonna step back. But yeah, these are roughly $5 at AutoZone, wheel and tire. Really good stuff. It brings a lot of dirt out of the tires whenever you have brown tires. You can see up here, even though I haven't cleaned these tires, you can see that it's not hardly any browning on the sidewall. But yeah, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. Then we're gonna get our brushes on it, clean it up real good, try to get kind of in the wheel barrel a little bit in between some of these spokes. One thing I love about these wheels is a lot of them is open spokes, as you can see how big in here. You can fit your hand in there and clean it up real quick. So we're gonna jump ahead. I'm gonna do all 4 wheels, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get back to it. All right, you know, now we got the wheels all cleaned up. You probably couldn't really tell it. These also used turtle wax ceramic spray detail last time I sprayed them off. They got a little bit of hydrophobic property, and it's holding up pretty good actually. You can see me rinsing the car. I'm gonna rinse the car off now before we foam it down, just to get any kind of loose dirt off of it. But you can see how water just cannot stick to it. It's actually falling off. It's actually holding up way better than I thought it would. You see that? That's crazy. That's really good. But actually, we won't be using the same drying aid. Like I said, I used the turtle wax wet wax ceramic as a drying aid. This time we'll be using the wax and dry, because this is holding up so well. I don't see a reason to reapply it again. As you can see, the car is being crazy. Yeah, so it's actually holding up really well. So we're gonna rinse her down and get back to the next process, which is going to be foaming the whole car down and letting it pull a lot of that loose dirt off again, and showing you the washing method. All right, we got the car all rinsed down. I got my chemical guys bucket here. It got a dirt trapper in the bottom of it with a microfiber mitt, and it also has a little bit of the Grids car wash in it. And I have my actually I got this foam cannon off of Amazon, and it cost me roughly like 15 bucks, I believe. And we're gonna foam the car down. So we're gonna foam the car down, and then we're gonna get that that wash mitt on everything and rinse it down. And I'm gonna come back over when I'm drying the car. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna apply this wax and dry to actually keep from water spots, because it is pretty humid down here in Alabama. So here we go. The whole car foamed down, and we got the car rinsed off. And like I said, the ceramic wet wax that I actually used before held up really strongly, so it's like you don't see much water residue. I'm gonna go into my detail bag here. Usually whenever there's a lot of standing water on the car, I'll use one of these. I got it from Walmart. It's a squeegee. Usually helps get that water off there a whole lot quicker, and saving you some strokes with a towel that gets soaked up, and you have to keep wringing it out. Also, washing the car, little tip, like I said, not a professional, but I always know it's a lot better not to use circular motions. It's usually better to use longer strokes. Light pressure, you want a smooth glide. That shampoo I used in the foamer was not a real aggressive shampoo. It's good to preserve your wax on the car, so you're not stripping it of any kind of protection you actually put on it before. But it's very good. As you can see, let me see if I can get over here. I actually filled the foam cannon up like halfway, and it's still, I probably used half of that, and that actually did one car. So it's plenty concentrated, and it creates plenty of foam to do what you got to do. So yeah, so a lot of people use a two bucket method when washing the car. One bucket of rinse, one bucket of soap. But I use the foam cannon of soap, and I usually rinse my wash mitt in a bucket that's actually filled with soap again, but has a grit guard to catch the dirt and other particles that I actually pull off the car. And that's when we're gonna go back to using like I said, this is a real good tool, $5 at Dollar General, and it helps keep these water spots that you get from hard water or being in the sun off. You can actually see as soon as you spray it. I'm gonna spray a little bit right here. It actually already makes the water starts to repel off of it, and it's really good at getting water spots. So yeah, I'm gonna dry the car off and come back to y'all with the finished product. All right, I got the car all cleaned up. Drove it down the road, got to dry it up. A lot of times whenever I'm using the wheel cleaner, the brakes like to oxidize and get that little rusted look. So I go down there and check the brakes a couple times just to get it off and detail the wheels up. Threw a little tire shine on. I use Chemical Guys tire shine, and that's your end result. Just quick detail. Like I say, everything's not down to a T correct. Professionals can critique, but you know, whenever you come to a professional critiquing, you pay a professional to be a professional. You know, this is my own personal car. This is what I do at home to keep it clean. Here go a couple of the products I was actually using. I actually use this as a wheel cleaner, like I said, about $5 or $6. This is a pretty big thing of soap. This stuff is great. Smells like bubble gum. $10. This, pick it up at you can even pick this stuff up at Dollar General and a Walmart or AutoZone, anywhere. It's about $5. This, I didn't use this in this video, but if you can see, it's a spray on wet car, made of shine protection. You seen all the beading in the car when I was actually rinsing the car off. This is what I use, and actually this stuff actually surprised me. This is my first time using it. Last time I washed the car, and I really seen some results this time. The car is still very hydrophobic for it to be a week and a half, and this stuff is also pretty great. They have a dedicated spray wax that's a little more durable. Requires you to do kind of like a one-step polish on the car. Like I said, everybody's not trying to do that. Everybody's not trying to get out here and spend hours in the garage. What I did probably take you 30 minutes with these kind of things and a pressure washer. Or you can get like a little foam gun to put on your water hose from Chemical Guys. That's also works pretty great. But yeah, that's all it takes, guys. Just a quick walk around the car. Beautiful day out here, actually. Almost like 80 degrees out here. But yeah, everybody, appreciate you watching this video. Hope you like or subscribe to see any more videos I'm actually putting up. Let me know what you think about this one. Like I said, it's not a professional job, but I did get the car pretty clean and shiny, if you ask me. I get a lot of compliments on how clean the car is. People think I wash it a lot more than I actually do. But yeah, appreciate y'all watching. Peace.